Sergey, it's great to run into you today at COP25.
Integrated assessment is a very simple term which describes a combination of the modeling of the human behavior, human system, the economics, the fossil fuel resources, other resources, the technologies, try to understand where the world is going with the economy and energy appetite, but also looking at the land use change, agriculture, so the whole economy-wide coverage. And then that is integrated with the climate model in order to understand what are the climate impacts. So the integrated assessment models are the main tool to understand where the world is going and what are the impacts on the climate. That's essential for meeting very tough goals which are set by the UN process. So if we're really serious about 1.5, 2 degree goals, well, even more relaxed goals, you need the deployment of the CCUS technology in a large scale. And so what we have assessed is trying to understand what is the economics, how that technology competes with other low carbon technologies. Where do we need that? And so what we are finding out that regardless of the trajectory, there is a huge need for carbon capture and storage technology, especially in the second half of this century. So it means that for a company like you, you'd better be a leader in that area to be ready where that technology is going to scale up. Because if the world is serious about these targets, that has to come. And it will be deployed on natural gas, it will deploy on coal, it will deploy on biomass, direct air capture. All of them requires carbon capture. And what we are finding out that actually if you operate in different regions, you have different answers. That's actually a very valuable opportunity to be here. Well, first of all, it's not easy to get into COP. You have to have a special permit to be here.
Right.
And we are lucky that MIT has a certain allocation of the rights to be here. It's extremely important because we are consider ourselves as the objective provider of information. We're an academic institution where we are trying to make sure that in our assessment, in our projections, in our analysis, we are not over-optimistic with how fast the world is going and where we are going, but also making sure that we are keeping up with the level of negotiations. On top of that, an important characteristic of the COPs is almost like a parallel interaction, networking between the industries, between the government, NGOs, academia, where we are trying to understand, are we on the same page? Are we missing something? Or how the world is perceiving the current negotiations and where the UN body is trying to lead us into the future.
Sergey, thank you so much. You've been very kind and stopped to talk to me. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure.
Okay.